Hey guys, how's it going? So welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am actually going to do the thing I was going to do last week by changing out the thermal paste for the CPU and the GPU. So I will show how to dismantle this and pretty much apply new thermal paste. So let's begin. Okay, so the tools you need to do this job are you need a Phillips head screwdriver, and then the bit on here is actually a 00, so it's actually really fine. You have the little pick thing to help remove the back panel. And you have this little pokey device thing to help pretty much disconnect wires. And then I use this side to actually scrape thermal paste and stuff like that. You'll need some new thermal paste. And then the cleaning stuff you're going to need some Q-tips, as I just dropped one, some paper towels, and some isopropyl alcohol. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the battery, which the battery plugs into here. So I'm going to slide this thing out. We got it. There we go. So battery is unplugged. So this right here is your heatsink. So it covers your CPU and your GPU. And there's a couple little extra things on here we're going to have to remove. They have some tape right here to hold these wires down. So I'll use my little pokey tool to pull that off. Tuck that away a little bit. Okay. So there's different type of heat sinks. This one, it doesn't really matter which way you unscrew it, but there are certain ones that will actually have numbers listed on the motherboard by them, and then you'll have to unscrew them and rescrew them in that particular order. So since this one doesn't really have that one, we're just gonna go right ahead and just start unscrewing them. There's 8 screws holding this one down. Okay, so once you have all the screws undone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here and kind of start wiggling it a little bit to help pop it up. So right there it popped off. Well, it kind of broke the thermal paste seal loose. So I got this little thing right here. Oh, I'm kind of blocking it. Just going to flip this up over like that. So let's move this over. So this is your GPU and this is your CPU, and as you can see there's thermal paste all over it. So all I'm going to do now is get paper towels and isopropyl alcohol and then start pretty much cleaning it. So you want to try your best to get rid of all the old thermal paste. It gets a little tricky around the edges of the CPU and the GPU, so that's kind of why I like that little pokey stick tool, because you can kind of get it in there. You want to try your best not to leave any at all, but it is kind of difficult because it kind of sticks in there. So try your best. You really don't want to leave any because it could mix with the new thermal paste and actually cause air pockets, and you do not want that because then you could have heating issues later on. So I got it pretty well cleaned. These pretty much have a mirror-like finish on them now. So really the only thing left to do is take my thermal paste and put some new stuff on. So on the GPU, I'm just going to put a dab right there. Should be enough to cover everything there. And then for the CPU, since it's a little longer, I'm going to start like this, and it's like drawing a line. So now I'm going to take the heatsink and then I'm going to try to line it back up without smearing that thermal paste. and kind of just set it right back down on top. Just like that. Just trying to make sure everything's in place. I'm just going to take some screws. For when I'm tightening stuff back down, I kind of like to do the cross pattern. So I'm going to go from here over to here. And then, I guess you could say for 4 bolts, it's an X pattern. So you want to make sure these are tight, but not like super tight. They actually have a stopping point. So once you get to that point, it should be pretty well firm down. So hopefully this time when I start editing this, I will not delete one of the files and have to redo this again. So let's hope for that. Okay, so everything is back down pretty firm. I just want to take this tape and cover that back up. So all we got to do now is plug the battery back in. So take that, slide that right there, and push it back in. Okay, so the computer is going to have power. So now all I'm going to do is put the back panel back on. I'm not going to fasten anything down. It clips in, but I just want to make sure the laptop boots up. So just in case if I messed anything up, I can easily get back in there and redo it. So with this laptop, when you restart it after unhooking the battery, it's in that little prompt. All you're going to do is hit enter. And it looks like it's good, so I am pretty much done. All I gotta do now is just put the screws in and call it a day. So that's gonna be it for today's video, and I hope you found this information useful. And if you did, please drop a like. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know where to leave them. Other than that, that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. So thanks and bye.